How are you?
Awesome.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second episode where we are branching out with the HR. Today we have Sumitabh, who's our Senior Manager HR. Welcome to City Talks, Sumitabh.
Thank you so much, Amir. Pleasure.
So, Sumitabh, how does it feel sitting on the other side?
If you ask me right now, I'm not nervous at all.
That's good.
But how do you feel, sitting here on an interview with a HR?
Interviewing with the HR, so yeah. I have some good questions to you. All right, so Sumitabh, you worked in executive search firm before, yeah, and then now you've got it in an agency culture. So how does it? How is it different?
So, in terms of the HR as a function, primarily if you take recruitments, when I was working with a executive search firm, our primary focus was to identify a candidate for a particular skill and place him with various clients. You understand?
Yeah.
But over here, as a HR professional with an agency, the focus remains the same, finding a candidate for a couple of skill sets that we're looking at, but it's vast in terms of copywriters, designers, and then art directors, marketing specialists. It's vast, and it's just not about that, just not finding the right skill set, but also understanding creatively how a person is a good fit for our organization. That's where the challenge lies, because creativity is something that you cannot judge upon very easily. So we have various assignments that we have built in the system, and based on that, to some extent, we can judge, how creative a person is, and based on that, we do the hiring. So if you ask me, it's quite difficult in terms of recruitment process for an agency. Kind of simpler if you look at from the other side of the table.
And it's more like, obviously, it's more corporate feel. So I saw the first day how you went. So I get it.
Yeah.
And how's the culture difference?
So if you ask me, culturally, there's a huge amount of difference over here. Yeah. Sustaining people coming from different cities, if you are diversity is what we call it, it's very challenging. Okay, so we have people coming in from Kerala, Tamil Nadu, up north, and then Uttarakhand, Himachal, as far as northeast as well. So getting these people from these diverse backgrounds working in a particular organization and bringing them all together with the same idea, with the thought of growing the organization is quite difficult. But we have been able to keep this up successfully for the last 7-8 years and doing well in it. And so in terms of diversity, I think we've been successful in sustaining it. Secondly, we've also come up with an initiative called the FDOP initiative, which is essentially for our female employees. So they can take leave. So it stands for first day of period.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the first day of their cycle, they can take a leave. And we've got huge thumbs up from any female employee that has joined us, saying that this is one of the great initiatives that any organization can come up with. So this was started about 4 years back, and within 2 weeks, we ensured that it was implemented throughout the system. So there were no second thoughts on it. As soon as our CEO said it, we said, yeah, this is a great idea, let's just do it. Yeah. And then we went ahead with it. So that's another initiative that we came up with. So thirdly, if you ask me, we also have something called as an open door policy, which our leadership team believes in, including me, that there shouldn't be any barriers between the team and the leaders.
Okay.
So if you move on to the floor upside, so you'd see that we don't have any rooms. We have just one room, which is for a meeting or anything. But between the managers, the leaders, and including the CEO and the director of the organization, all of us are on the floor with no doors stopping us from...
They want to sit with us. They want to be around people working and stuff. They can't sit in a confined space.
Exactly. So, you get yourself attached to the team as well. Correct. And understand their problems right over there and have solutions for it.
Rather than basically work like a family more than an organization.
Right. Rather than, in the corporates, it's usually like you have to block a leader's calendar or request for his meeting and then check if he's available and all that. No such.
You can just barge in any...
You don't have to barge in. There's no doors at all. Why would you barge in? You just got to walk up to him and say, okay, this is the problem, this is what is happening, and you have answers and solutions right there.
How do you keep the team motivated? I know it's a challenging job.
Yeah, motivating the team is, frankly speaking, the most challenging part of the job. Okay, so we've come up with initiatives such as Feel Good Fridays. So every Fridays we have team building activities across the organization, wherein the teams are divided into different groups, and the youngest one in the team is selected as the captain. So he gets a kick out of it, and he gets to lead for a change. And everybody has to listen to him. So that's one of the activities that we have come up with, Feel Good Fridays. And the onboarding process, what we have is quite good over here. Okay, so it's kind of different from other organizations, how we introduce people to the entire team across the system. And then we also have a joining kit, which is again quite different from a lot of other companies that I've seen. So we have some goodies with a message to it. Okay, so when you get the joining kit, you would actually the whole day would go in thinking, wow, this was quite interesting. I never thought of something like this. And then and then we also have workshops once in a month given out by the leaders, which helps in basically toning down the skills of people, understanding where they are lacking and how they can build on it. So we have those workshops going on as well. Yeah, so these are some of the initiatives that we have come up with in terms of building team strength and getting people together, most importantly.
Correct, change makers.
And lastly, we also have something called as the change maker of the month.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something that we have come up with, I think, about 2 months back. So the thought behind this is, see, we have a lot of people performing well, and we have various awards for them, like employee of the month, employee of the year, greatest performer, champion of the month, and stuff like that. Okay, these are all for people who do well. Correct. But there are people who are good performers, but they are very reserved. They help people in the system without any benefits, without seeking any benefits back from them. So we are looking at those people. Say if a graphic designer knows Photoshop, okay, but does not know Illustrator, for example. So there is a guy, okay, who knows Photoshop, Illustrator and everything. And without this person, a designer, asking his help, seeking his help, this guy would go and help him.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay,
because we work as a family, right?
Yeah,
we try to make sure that everyone grows together.
Right. So every organization has that one person who's an excellent performer, but has not got that kind of, Spotlight.
Yeah.
Okay. So this particular award, is to bring that person into spotlight and let everybody know that he is the guy who's helping a lot of people without seeking any benefits.
A great initiative,
so he's basically making that change that we are looking at in the system and for the people. So change maker of the month is something that we have come up with as well.
Nice. So Sumitabh, you spoke so much about motivating employees, right?
Right.
So if an employee is not performing well without the motivation given to him, how do you go about it?
Interesting. So we have something called as a buddy concept over here. So we try and understand from this employee where is it that he's going wrong in terms of technical skills. Is it the software, or is it the understanding of the process and things like that? Okay. So we take the strongest member of the team and tag him along with this guy in understanding the softwares, and we give it a period of 3 months. So these guys this guy becomes his buddy.
Correct.
Okay. And for 3 months, he's trained by this person in terms of the software and in terms of understanding the process. Correct. And if there are any changes to be made and how he can do better. So basically honing his skills over here. And after that, after the completion of 3 months, we have a monitoring program where for another month or 2 we see if this guy's skills have actually developed after the buddy concept is taken care of. And after that, we let him work independently, basically. We let him work independently and monitor. We don't monitor him that much because we know for a fact that he's been trained by the best in the system, and he will take care of himself and the work accordingly.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Sumitabh, what are the growth opportunities in CT?
See, as you know, we've gone global 6 months back. We've started our operations in Dubai, and from where we started as an organization of 3 people,
Correct.
in the last 3 years, after COVID, post-COVID, we've grown to 100 plus people right now.
Crazy,
okay, and we've built teams within months. I mean, if you ask me, there was a time where we recruited 30 people at a time in less than 3 weeks.
Correct.
I mean, you were a part of that cycle, right? And in terms of growth opportunities for people over here, we've offered a lot of people for jobs in Dubai, moving to Dubai from here. You know, they've been in the system. Some of them have been in the system for only 3 months, but we know that, you know, their skills can be utilized better in Dubai operations. So we've offered them roles over there, and some of them have moved in as well, 1 or 2 people for the moment. And so that's one. So going global is one of the opportunities that they can expect. Second is leading a team. Okay, since we are a growing organization, there's huge chances for someone to build their own teams internally.
Correct.
You know, and people over here who have come in, I think there were 2 people in the last 4 months. They've joined in the organization as an individual contributor, but they're already leading a team of about 4 to 5 people right now. I mean, you have also been a part of that growth strategy, what we had for people around. So yeah, so in terms of opportunities, there are plenty, but it's all depending on an individual how they grab it.
Correct. Sumitabh, who's our ideal CT employee?
An ideal CT employee is a person who can come on time. Okay, so what time did you log in?
What time did I log in? I think at 10.
Good. He's an ideal employee. I'm telling you. So on a serious note, out here at CT, we don't judge people based on the years of experience that they come with, okay? But based on the kind of skill set they come with, more importantly. So people who think out of the box is what we are looking at. So that kind of a person is an ideal CT employee is what I feel.
All right, Sumitabh, thank you so much for this insightful conversation that we had today.
Pleasure, anytime.
Thank you so much.
Drop in your CVs at hr@changingtree.in.
And guys, please wait for the next episode.